You good?
Yeah.
You get that itch?
Oh, wait, no, hang on. I forgot.
Oh, make your phone
No,
silent? Or...
no, I'm texting. It's an old gag.
I hate you.
Oh, that was an old gag. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I go ahead?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Welcome to the horror room. I'm your host, obviously, and
I'm your pal Sketchy.
yeah. You used to be on the old channel,
Yeah.
the horror room, the original one.
Yes.
We did a couple videos on there. So if you guys, I'll probably try and remember to put the link to that down below. If you haven't seen that channel, it's a whole story why it didn't continue, but here we are. We're in the new channel. So I thought it would be fun to talk about old school rental memories.
Yes.
Because, you know...
Very specifically, VHS tapes.
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm a little older. Obviously, I had, like, the weird shit like Farmore or the old Dave's Video in Anderson.
Oh, my God.
Then we also had, like...
what is Farmore?
Yeah, it's like a grocery store. And they had a little rental section in the corner.
Okay.
And then, like, Lee's Video. But that's kind of where we both connect. Because you know Lee's Video.
Very well.
And then, obviously, you know, Family Video and Blockbuster. So... we kind of got a generational.
I went to Family Video when it was good. Before it went, it died and no longer irrelevant.
And I always thought it was funny that Blockbuster never had pornos, but Family Video had pornos, which that's a whole different story. But so yeah, and we I don't
you can say porn on YouTube. That's cool.
Maybe. I don't think we really had any mom and pop video shops that other than Lee's Video.
Yeah.
That's the only one, but I mean, even that was kind of more well known, at least around here. So yeah, we're going to talk about various tapes, memories we have with them, and kind of give you an idea of what these stores were like.
Yes.
So why don't we start with you? Because I want to hear some of your stories.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it's your channel.
Oh, well, that don't matter.
Okay. So these aren't in any particular order because most are mixed between Lee's and Family Video. Yeah. Obviously, Family Video didn't really have a lot of VHS, tapes, but
I mean they did, but when they were transitioning over to DVD,
yeah,
I know me and my buddy Garrett, we went and wiped them out, and we got like all sorts of genres, and we had like at least 300 to 400 tapes between us. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up getting rid of most of them, but thankfully, I kept most of the horror movies because I knew I was like, these are probably going to be harder to find. And we still didn't even get all the tapes. Like, I can still remember ones they had that I'm like, thinking like, I should have grabbed that.
But most of I have here are from Lee's because they're re-rented from Family Video when I saw them again at Family Video. So,
Lee's had a decent selection.
They did.
Now, I know you remember the layout. Pretty much they had the game corners.
Yep.
And then, like, I know they had wrestling on the bottom floor.
And they always had, like, these plastic cases of the movies.
Yeah, you just take them up, and they'd have to go get them.
And take them out, and they'd put,
It's like kind of like the old library system.
Yeah. Because they had DVDs and they had VHSs.
And then you had to go upstairs to get to the horror section.
Yeah.
Now
that was great, by the way. The horror, because they actually had posters of like upcoming horror movies that were coming out during that time, which was pretty cool.
There's like a few movies I can remember they had. I know they had I Spit on Your Grave, but I can't think of any other like ones that they had that were kind of that era. I know they had a decent selection, but like I said, you might have more memories of like more vivid of what they had.
Oh yeah.
I know they did modernize and they had more like 90s stuff.
Yeah.
When they did, so it might have changed. The inventory did. It did when it closed down because that's when I got my.
It didn't last very long, did it? It lasted for a good couple of years.
Well, I mean, they were around obviously before, but I know when they were closing down, that's when I got my Toxic Avenger tapes, which I was going to talk about that, but it's fine.
So as I said, not in any particular order here. What I'm going to show off is the trimmers right here.
Trimmers.
There you go, trimmers with Kevin Bacon and what's the other guy's name? Do you remember? Remember the guy?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah. No, Bert.
Bert
and Kevin Bacon's other partner, right? So you can see him. My finger's in the way. Right there, yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't catch it on a rental, it was probably showing on like cable all the damn time.
All the time. I think it was probably one of the
between that and the second one.
Yeah, I think the first two was most shown on TV. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah. Like not the the ass blaster one.
I'm pretty certain the way I saw Tremors 2 was a recording that my aunt made from TV.
Aunt May?
No, my
oh my
aunt
God.
made. My aunt recorded it, and I think I saw Tremors 2 before Tremors 1.
Oh,
and I was disappointed because I'm like, oh, they
what's
don't.
crazy? I see now. I'm looking. I think Tremors 2 was my first one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. But I do know that I did get this from Lee's video. So I might have seen 2, and I thought that it was the same movie because it's very, very little, and it wasn't the same movie. It was a whole different film. So I think I saw 2 and then 1.
Now, when it came to renting movies, like, were your parents kind of strict about it, or did you have like
Mom was.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not my dad. My mom.
So you would know when to ask.
Yeah, my dad. He'd be like, "Now, big guy, don't tell her I bought this for you, because mom might kick both of our asses."
Well, I know mine was the library for the longest time. Like, I remember we rented Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Yes.
And it's kind of a made-for-TV horror movie, but it's pretty dark.
It is. I've seen it.
And I know I used to get my sister to rent movies a lot for me. Like, because we'd kind of hang out and watch movies together.
Was she older?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
She's like 5 years older than me.
Okay.
But, so it'd usually be like we'd get a comedy movie and then we'd get like a horror movie for me.
Okay.
It's like, I remember specifically one time we got, such a weird combo.
Okay.
We got 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah.
And we got Jackass. And that's usually how it went. We got Jason X and the New Guy.
Oh my God, the New Guy.
I know one we did Scary Movie 2 and something else. Or maybe it was Scary Movie 2 and Jason X. I don't know. But that was kind of our system.
Scary Movie 1 was my first scary
And wait till you hear what I paired up with this movie when we get to it. But
you should have seen 10-year-old me watching a scary movie with Carmen Boing.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I will say real quickly, Tremors, the second one is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've seen this one second, and I think I do remember now. The second is the first one I saw, and then I saw this one, didn't realize it was a whole different film. But overall, it's a very good film for the, how many are there? 4? 5?
I think there's 6 now. I think there are.
Oh God, I forgot that they continued up to...
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel
Okay,
did some.
let's not talk about those.
Yeah, exactly.
But the first 3 is where I stop at. But yeah, man, like, these are really good movies. First 3, they are very watchable. Third one's very campy-ish. It's kind of hokey. But the first 2 are my main favorites, though.
I gotta say, it is surprising, though, that Kevin Bacon, he's got a pretty prominent role in horror.
He does.
Because he started in Friday the 13th. That was his
first role, wasn't it?
That was his first role. He's got that, and then he's also got...
I think he has the most prominent kill, or noticeable kill, in the first film, right?
Oh, yeah, he's the arrow through the neck.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it's somewhere over here. But, fucking Stir of Echoes. Yeah. Have you seen Stir of Echoes?
Oh, I haven't seen that forever.
Yeah, that's another classic Kevin Bacon one.
That's where he's like floating in a chair in a theater and everything, and she puts like a spell on him or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a mystery thriller.
You want to go next, buddy?
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about the comedy horror rental duo. Now this is specifically from Family Video. You had the little the marker. But the way they did these, which I think this was the most preferred method, is you'd have the box in the front, and then behind it was a clear clamshell with the tape in it. And if that clamshell wasn't there,
look, there it is.
Yeah, it's got 7 nights.
Nice.
So you just bring the tape up there, rent it, and then they keep this. Sometimes people would be dicks, and they would take the tape out of the clear case and just leave it, so you'd think it was there, and then it was gone.
What?
People or switch tapes. And
did you do that, Jason?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Because when I started getting big into horror, like, and I'd come rent, like, Puppet Master and shit, like, I was snatching them up by the armlets, because these were pretty cheap. They were, like, I want to say the tapes, because they had DVDs, too. Those were on the outer wall. And then the tapes were in the middle, and they were like 2 for $5 or 4 for $5.
Oh, yeah.
I think they got as low as like...
They even got to a point where you can purchase movies from there.
Oh, yeah, and that's how I got this.
Yeah.
Now, when I first rented this, because I hadn't seen... There was a lot of classic-ass movies like Texas Chainsaw, and I watched some of them out of order. I'm pretty sure I watched Texas Chainsaw 2 first. Maybe.
So you're kind of like me in this regard when I watch.
I can't remember. I can't remember exactly, but I know when I rented this, like, it disturbed me very badly. But I specifically remember when we.
Do you remember how old you were when you watched that movie? Because obviously it came up before you were born.
It was at least when I was like 15, 16.
15, 16. Wow.
I got in pretty late. I mean, I had an early start, but it didn't start like hitting me till my teenage years, and yeah, that's when I started to get big into.
I do have to ask you. It's obviously not related to this video, but what was your first horror movie?
Oh,
if you remember.
Okay, it wasn't like technically horror, but I do remember vividly seeing Attack of the Killer Tomatoes as a very young child, and it scared me.
How old is that movie?
Like it's 70s.
Oh my god!
It's more of a comedy, but you know, I do remember seeing the Tales from the Crypt episode when I was little, and I was obsessed with it, even though it scared me.
So, would you say that was your first horror movie ever?
Like a horror show.
Okay.
Horror movies, though, I know I saw Halloween like way too early, and it creeped me out, but it was mainly the music. But yeah, so like we rented this, and guess what movie we rented for the comedy with this? I
don't want to ask, but go ahead and tell the audience.
Freddy Got Fingered.
It
had just come out, so that is a huge like polar opposite. Like you get this dumb MTV movie, and then you get this. What happened was real. So yeah, I got a lot of great memories with the original Texas Chainsaw. And, I mean, who doesn't? It's a classic.
Oh. All right, so I'm trying to make this one short-ish because I can talk a lot about this.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Like my dick. Oh wait.
Dude, later. I got.
Oh my gosh.
I will try to make this one more shorter because I can talk a lot about this particular director. Who I'm talking about is none other than Sam Raimi himself, the director of Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
I got this also from Lee's. All these are really from Lee's because, as I said, they're all re-rentals from Family Video.
Now this one obviously looks like it's not, because you can tell the ones I got from Family Video.
Yeah.
I think I might have gotten that at a flea market or something maybe, unless it has like a. No.
Ooh.
It doesn't have anything on there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's good condition.
Very good condition. But yeah, so this was my first Evil Dead movie. Not the first one, like most people. I know. I'm only.
And that had to have been weird.
Yeah.
Because you're watching it thinking it's all horror, and then you get the slapstick.
Yeah.
Where I know for a fact I watched the first one, and I was like, oh my gosh, like these movies are crazy. And then I watched that one, and I was like, wait, this is the same movie, but got some Three Stooges energy.
So like I was like 13 when I first watched this.
Yeah.
And I was a very late bloomer of getting more into horror as I got older. I'm only 34, just so y'all know. I remember watching this and really, really enjoying it, you know, and the part that I got to when I realized I'm not watching a horror movie that I thought I was watching, when deers and refrigerators start fucking laughing.
Oh, yeah.
When I got to that part, I didn't know.
The lamp where he's like, That part's great.
But I will say, obviously, look, I get it. Army of Darkness is the better one. Everyone loves Army of Darkness. But my heart is with this movie because it's my first Evil Dead film. And then I went backwards and watched the first one. Then watched Army of Darkness and whatever. But I sincerely love Evil Dead 2. I can probably tell you bit by scene, if I, you know, where his wife is like dancing around in the garden, playing with her head like a ballerina.
And then you also...
And the fucking grandma, Dead by Dawn! You know, I can do all... right there. There she is. Yeah, see? Yeah. Her.
Henrietta.
Yes.
And then you also get the better budget, so you get the different Necronomicon.
Yes.
Because there's the original one and then the one they did in the sequel.
And,
now... go ahead.
And fun fact...
Let's see if it's the
fun fact. I don't know his name. But fun fact about her. Right here. Her. See her?
Oh, that's Ted Raimi.
God damn you.
Oh. I thought you said I didn't know his name.
Well, I know who he is. It's Sam Raimi's brother.
Yeah, Ted Raimi.
God damn you.
I thought you said you didn't know his name. I was just helping you.
Like my echo? So, did you enjoy that? Yeah, so yeah, that's... Who is it again?
Teddy
Raimi.
Which he also was in a separate horror movie.
And he also... I'll just say another fun fact. He also came back for Ash vs. Evil Dead, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Now, here's my fun fact that you may not know. Did you know that the Necronomicon and the Kandarian dagger are in Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah, I knew that already.
Okay. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, anyways. Because he gets stabbed with it.
Yeah.
I know.
So...
I should do another VHS since you rudely told them who Ted Raimi was.
Whoa, no. We're taking turns. So, this one,
Forgive me, YouTube.
These are, well, actually, just these two are Family Video. But this brings up another point for a problem when it came to rental shops, especially ones that would display stuff. And you probably know what I'm talking about, and that's when they have them in the windows.
I've only seen that movie once, Dead Alive.
Now, with this, I think the problem was that the D section was closer to the front of the store, so anytime it was bright as shit outside, it would like sun bleach the cover.
Yeah.
Like, and I found there's like a little thrift store that I found that has tons of VHS. They stick them all in the window to display them, and they're all like this. They're awful looking.
Oh, because they
thankfully
the color dies out.
Yeah. But thankfully, all the ones that they stick in the window is like some bullshit, like common ones that nobody wants. Not gold horror movies like this. But regardless, I had to save this from.
What's your fond memory of that movie? I mean, I gave you a fond
watching
memory.
it because it's amazing.
Well, I meant like I gave you a particular scene from Evil Dead 2.
Well, because when I heard about this, I think it was because of Evil Dead that I found out about this. And I think I found out, obviously it was like, oh, Lord of the Rings was huge, and Peter Jackson made a horror movie. Like, what the fuck? And
what Dead Alive is?
Yeah. He also made The Crazies.
Yep.
And he also made Meet the Feebles. But they didn't have those.
Crazies is good.
Crazies is decent. Or wait, no, The Crazies is George Romero.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, it is. No, Bad Taste. That's what I'm thinking of. Bad Taste. That's the one. I don't know why I got that confused. Completely different. Anyways.
Also, The Crazies is still a decent film.
Bad Taste is one that you would see a lot at the rental store with the alien and he's pointing. But this is the one that I heard was the goriest movie, and it's a New Zealand movie. Hands down, I think it's absolutely one of the best zombie movies there is. Obviously, it's not going to top a George Romero movie, but pretty damn close. And I remember this is one of few examples where I rented this movie multiple times. Like
I need to watch this again. I've only seen it once.
Yeah. So I rented it over and over, and then obviously when they started selling these, this was one of the first ones I grabbed because I was like, this is coming home with me. That's how much I loved it. And do you have any movies that you rented like a shit ton, even though you've seen them? Like you'd be like, I'm going to get some new movies.
Yeah, it's down there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
That was another one for me too.
It's that right here.
Yeah, that was another one too. Because when I was first getting into horror, like I'd be like, oh, I got all these choices, but I kind of want to watch this one again. And that was the great thing about when you could buy them. And man, saving some of these, because this is one that nowadays is really hard to find, like even on DVD. And I think they're pushing to get it re-released on like Blu-ray or 4K or something. Because this is a movie that deserves to be seen more, and if you're limited to not being able to watch it, like I don't know, it might be on like Tubi or something.
Mm-hmm. That's not Tubi.
Or you can like buy it.
Probably. I really need to watch it on Tubi.
But this is a great movie, and if you haven't watched it, you're doing yourself a disservice. So get on it.
I need a reminder. All right, so we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, especially with these last two, and Jason here knows, especially with the last one coming up after this one. I'm gonna try not to fanboy. But anyways, the next one coming up is one I will try to be short about. Is my favorite.
Dude.
I'm not gonna say Chucky. Look. First of all, I want to say something here. There are a difference between Chucky and Child's Play. The Chucky movies are,
Bride of Chucky,
is like
Seed of
Chucky,
Chucky.
Curse, the occult, whatever. Those are like comedy, horror. Blah, blah, blah.
These are Child's Play. Charles Lee Ray.
I'm happy he knows the difference.
Yes.
All right.
Back when Chucky was scary.
Right here. Child's Play 2 is my favorite Child's Play. Not Chucky film. Get it right. That's Bride. But Child's Play is my favorite. Hands down. I love Child's Play 2 so fucking much.
That's another
one. Most watched movie.
That's another weird one where I think I saw the first one. And I kind of was like, that was scary, whatever. And then it wasn't until the Boogeyman movie where they show all the clips that I saw this scene with the ruler. And I was like, oh, I forgot that Child's Play 2 existed. I need to check that out. And then I fell absolutely in love with that. And I was like, why can't all sequels be this good?
Now, like I said, I won't try not to fanboy. But I will tell you how many times I rented this movie. Yeah. Probably a good... Oh, man. This is where I got it from Lee's. A little over 12-ish, 13 times.
Oh my god.
A lot.
I don't even think I've rented one that much. Maybe like 3 or 4.
I was in love with this film. Besides the next one coming up, it's got the hell out of me.
Right.
When I was little. But anyways, so yes, I rented this about 12 or 13 different times. When everyone else was getting the new movies that were coming out on VHS at Lee's and whatnot, I was still watching this. I love this movie to death. And when I realized that, keep in mind, I was very, very young. I didn't even know there was a first movie. So, I didn't understand the concept of a sequel until I was very much older. And then I saw the first one. And then eventually I became a huge Child's Play and / Chucky fan. But the whole premise of this film is so fucking good, dog.
Oh, yeah.
So good. It does have a little bit of mixture of comedy mixed with horror, but it stays on the creepy side with Charles Lee Ray. And it does continue the path from the first film with, fucking, what was the child's name? Barkley?
Oh, Andy.
Andy Barkley? Yeah, Andy Barkley. I think, honestly, this is the actor who plays Andy Barkley, his best performance in this movie. Right here. Because he's well aware who Chucky is, who Charles Lee Ray is, and what he does, what he wants, and what he wants to do.
And now, this one is one that I do remember seeing a lot at Farmore when I was little. And there's something about, this style.
I love this cover.
Yes.
I love that cover.
Well,
the cover's sick.
Look at the similarities of Monkey Shines and Child's Play 2, how they're kind of eye-catching.
Yep.
And, I mean, obviously, the toy theme.
Yeah.
So, I think that was...
shoot. Careful.
That's fine. I think that was, kind of a choice they made. And, obviously, that was one of the main draws to when you go rent a movie. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, when people are scrolling through Netflix or whatever, you might see the poster or whatever, but usually it's a screenshot or something newer. But back in the day, this is how you'd choose a movie. You'd grab the box, you'd say, oh, this looks cool, and you'd look on the back and read. But sometimes...
And it gives you the info about the movie.
Yeah. Or sometimes the movie would trick you, and you'd be like, oh, Carnosaur looks cool, but this movie is fucking terrible. But, I mean, and then sometimes you'd have movies where the cover doesn't. Oh. Like this one, this cover sucks. But Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things is a great movie. But this cover would make you walk right by this.
Basically, what Jason's trying to say is some covers can be very misleading.
Yeah. But Child's Play 2 is not. And that's...
No, it draws you in. It literally pulls you in.
That's the scene from the teaser trailer. Yeah. And that's a very iconic teaser trailer.
And I will say, before I put this down, before I go on about this film, but it's just a beautiful movie.
Yes.
I love it. But my favorite line in this, and I think he knows, it's the one where he kills the foster dad.
I knew it! Because I was going to be like, how's it hanging, Phil?
I love that, man. Oh, Brad Dourif, I love you.
Wait, I think it's in this movie?
No, it's not.
No, the other line. I swear it's in this.
Nope. I know what you're thinking.
Oh, it's in 3, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I've got a date with a 6-year-old boy.
Wait, no, that's the first one.
Wait, yeah.
Talking to
the voodoo guy.
Yeah, the voodoo dude.
That line is so fucking terrible now, but it's so funny.
I got a date with a 6-year-old boy. He's all excited. Oh, God, Dourif. Okay. But, okay, I know we don't have it, but another line from the third movie that I love. I don't like the movie.
Oh, gosh.
But I love the line when he kills the president of the toy place. He says, "Don't fuck with the Chuck." I love that. Oh. I love that. I love that line. I love that
I thought you were going to go with the presto, you're dead.
That was
when he kills Uncle Frank from Hellraiser.
No. But... Now, I have my last one. You show yours, man.
Well, actually, I'm on my second to last. You're going to be doing yours, and then mine's going to be the last one.
Never mind.
But,
okay, fuck me. Go ahead.
Oh, well, okay.
Later?
Now, this is more... This tape represents more the Blockbuster era. Now, Blockbuster, I'm sure you have different memories than me. I know their horror selection was a little lacking. Mm-hmm. I don't think I rented it from there, but I do remember when we went in there. The one movie I remember they had, which I'm surprised they had Zombie 3. That's a little more of an obscure one. But they had, the Halloweens, they had the Child's Plays and stuff like that. But they were more the mainstream stuff. So you'd be hard-pressed to find, maybe Leprechaun, but
It really just hit me what you just said about killing Frank from...
Yeah.
Yeah, the barbershop guy.
You're not going to find Dr. Giggles at fucking Blockbuster, probably.
You have Dr. Giggles?
I do, and that movie's so funny.
Can I hold it?
Yeah. I didn't know how funny that movie is.
Oh my god. Is this the dentist guy?
Yes.
Yes!
Or no, it's not the dentist,
No.
but I have the dentist too. But this guy is hilarious.
But I think I've seen it. This was one that I rented from Lee's.
Yeah.
This is one I rented from... Oh my god.
His one-liners are hilarious.
I watched this with my dad.
Like that's one that if you watch that and Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard.
No,
you're good.
I remember my dad looked right at me and he said, "Son, this is fucking weird."
Well, there's like a big bunch of these
like,
weird
what the
medical
fuck did you have me
movies.
watch?
There's another one that I have that's weird, and I haven't even watched it yet, but it looks funny. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah.
I'm sorry,
that
I'm sorry for ranting like that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, that Blockbuster era. And I do remember this movie was hyped up a lot. It was around Blair Witch Project season. And that movie, I still think that first one is pretty scary. I remember that one's...
Boy, Blair Witch?
Yes. I remember that's one that me and my sister rented, and we watched it like... I think we ended it like 11 at night. We turned every damn light on.
See, what makes that movie scary, in my opinion, it's not because of the idea of the witch, sure, but it's more so how the movie is shot. How it makes you feel like there is something out there watching them, lurking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like taunting them.
And they don't have to show you anything. You don't really see... I mean, you get glimpses
you don't need to see it, you know what I mean?
You get glimpses of, like, they're getting fucked with, but you don't have to see some CGI demon or something stupid.
No, fuck that. No.
And that movie still gives me chills. It's hard to describe if you didn't grow up in that era, but we're not talking about Blair Witch. I mean, I should have probably. But
Continue.
We're talking about Halloween H2O.
That movie right there.
And, like, I grew up watching a lot of Halloween movies, so this was a big deal because not only was it a new Halloween movie coming out that I could experience and, you know, be like, hey, I'm caught up. They were bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis, which was huge because she hadn't been part of the franchise since part 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they the last previous entries were not great, so they were like, hey, we got to do something.
I will say, the newer movies besides... is, you know, like 2018 and Kills were decent.
Yeah.
18 is my favorite. Kills is decent. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the only thing that I think ruined this a little bit is that it released in summer. So this
Did it really release in summer?
Yes. I want to say it was like maybe...
Not fall or Halloween?
No.
Damn.
Maybe early August, but I want to say it was even July.
What?
Because my memory is that I watched this before my parents took me to church.
I'll look this up now. Hang on. He might be right, guys. Hang on.
No, I know it's in the summer.
It's going to bother me.
But yeah, this was one I was really excited to watch, and I don't think I had big expectations, but obviously you saw the trailers on TV and
August,
stuff.
Yeah. 98.
But this is a damn fun movie. As long as you're not looking for like the original type perfection, I think it's a fun one. And
plus you get to see, you know, Michael support 5 different masks. It's really cool.
Yeah. I like the feel of it. It's what people refer to as the Scream era.
If you know what I'm saying, I think personally that's one of the best openings to a Halloween movie of the opening when he kills the nurse. Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, you can, because Scream's over there, but you can see that all these movies had like a similar feel with the black backdrop and the people.
And when you see the ice skate in that kid's head in the face, dude, love it. And by the way, my first Halloween movie I saw in theaters, Resurrection.
Oh. No, I didn't see Resurrection.
And when I was 11, I thought that was a good movie. Until I got older and realized how bad it was.
I think, well, I don't remember if I saw Resurrection. I don't think I did see it in theaters. I think I rented it.
I saw it.
And it was disappointing. Mine was Rob Zombie's, sadly.
Your first one?
Yeah.
Why would you...
I
rented that. I rented it.
I rented the second one, thank God. That's all I can say.
Look, I can get through the first Rob Zombie Halloween. It's watchable to a point besides the hillbilly bullshit because Rob Zombie loves mustard in his beard. But, you know... But other than that, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I like how brutal Michael is.
Yeah.
I do like that. Other than that, it's okay. It's not great. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Let's get to this last one.
Once again, I'm going to try not to fanboy.
Well, go out because you already know I'm going to go out.
Okay.
Like, don't go too out, but you
No,
know.
I won't do that to you. Would I? No.
I want to hear some juicy stories.
Okay. So just right off the bat,
And that's the original release. That's the media
I know.
release,
This
not
movie,
the
memories.
re-release.
So
I thought I do have
let me
that
break
one.
it down to you, real quick, guys. This movie that I'm about to show you is the movie that made me into a horror fan. I was maybe 8 or 9 years old when I saw this film, and I did not rented it. I did after I saw it, because I actually wanted to watch it again. And I remember not starting from the beginning because it was on TV. I was at the part where he was chasing Tina in the damn alleyway with his, hold on. You already know, with his arms out like that, not one to hug. No.
Well, that was before he started chasing her, but that chase, that little run he does, is fucking creepy.
That's
like, great. Thanks.
But I'm talking about none other, of course, than A Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me zoom in on that for you real quick.
Classic.
Yes, and
if Nancy doesn't wake up soon, or it says something like that.
Yeah, I know. Just let me tell you what this movie means to me. This movie means a lot to me. Did I become a horror fan like right away? No one does. But it made me intrigued because it was a movie that the first movie I ever saw when I was like 8 or 9. It scared the hell out of me. It scared me really bad. I don't think I went to sleep for a couple of hours after I watched it, because I didn't watch all of it. Actually, because I couldn't get through because it scared me so bad. I got to the part right where I think, right where Nancy's boyfriend died, got dragged into bed. I was done after that. I was done after that. I didn't want to go to bed. I didn't want to get on my bed. I was sitting on the floor watching it and seeing Johnny Depp get dragged into his bed and seeing blood spew up on the ceiling. Yeah, that part fucked me up as a kid, and I turned it off. I don't remember what I was watching after that, but
Edward Scissorhands.
No.
No, that would be ironic, though.
No. But then after a while, I think like maybe a month or two, maybe, I can't really remember. When I was like about a year older, I actually rented it from Lee's and I watched it all the way through. And still to this day, I'm sorry, people always say Johnny Depp. My favorite kill to this day is Tina. I love the Tina kill.
Oh, yeah.
I love how she gets dragged. Like, first of all, it's not super CGI bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's because
practically did that.
Because how they did it,
glued shit.
They fucking put like a house that they made practically and just dipped it slowly where it would put her upside down, and actually made a lot of the workers there very sick of that motion happening like that. And honestly, Robert Englund is without a doubt one of the best, if not the greatest, horror icons you will ever see and meet in person.
He's probably the only horror icon from the 80s to have that much level of...
Yeah.
Like, the only other thing I can compare it to, which it's completely opposite day and night, but Urkel.
Urkel?
He was like the Urkel of the 80s.
Yeah, he was.
He was everywhere.
Like, no offense to Jason or Michael or whoever else. You gotta understand, to everyone that...
he was marketable.
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah, he kills children, guys.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Bitch.
But, I mean, the man sold toys, sweaters, like, everything.
I'm surprised they didn't have a goddamn cereal. Freddy-O's
on the fucking cover of it, with his fucking souls on his fingers.
Don't forget the Power Glove!
Oh, I hate him.
I love it.
I hate him. We're not going to talk about that movie, okay? That's not relevant right now.
You don't want to watch it in 3D?
No.
You have the glasses right there.
No. But even though this was my first horror movie I've ever seen, ever, and I instantly became a huge fan of Robert Englund. And, I'll probably never get to meet him. That's quite all right. But I did get to see his face at a convention. That was all I needed, just to see him that close.
He walked past me and I smelled him.
Dude, hey, listen, I yelled, I'm not kidding, when you were away at that convention at Horror Hound, and I was there, and I saw him, and I went, Robert! Robert! He kind of looked up, but I don't know if he did or not, or if he was just seeing the next fan in front of him, but I saw his eyes glance upward, and then, yeah.
He said, get security.
But, I probably will never get to meet him, and that's all right. That's quite all right. But even though the first movie is my first horror film, my favorite film is Dream Warriors. It is Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors is my favorite nightmare film of all time. It has the comedy, horror, Freddy doing quips, making jokes, welcome to prime time, bitch, that whole esque. Or, well, that's not even my favorite kill in the movie. That's where most people's favorite kill is, Yeah. Mine's actually the puppet one, when he strings them up and then just cuts the strings.
I like
love that one.
Let's get high.
I forgot about that one. Damn, yeah, the fucking needles. But as I said, favorite kill from this one is Tina, and overall, I think personally this will always go down, and no offense to anyone else out there, as the greatest horror film I've ever seen on TV, on VHS. It's just different. It's unique. It's not like a guy chasing you in the fucking woods, or a babysitter killer. Any of that shit. This is, I feel like a guy chasing you in your dreams where you cannot escape or not knowing how to escape is more terrifying than anything else, in my opinion. A dream demon that can kill you in your sleep, not knowing how to kill him, knowing he cannot die in your sleep. So,
and it's kind of funny because Freddy got a kind of late start. Like, I want to say by the time
84.
So when that one was out, I believe Friday the 13th Part 4 was already out.
Yeah.
And once Friday the 13th started up again, I think it was because of the success of Freddy. I want to say maybe by Part 2 or 3. That's when they started them back up.
Part 3 for Nightmare was the most successful, besides the first film, most successful Nightmare film. If you go look it up, it's one of the most, not high rated, but most successful watched of all the Nightmare films.
But I think in part that Freddy is also to thank that Jason came out of, because they were kind of like done with him after 4, but because they saw how popular Freddy was.
4 chapter, right?
Yeah. Final chapter. Yeah. Final, my ass.
That was the final chapter for Savini's Jason.
And then that's another great thing, because without Freddy, you would never have the Freddy versus Jason feud of the 80s.
That's very true.
That bled into their movie, which I still think is the best versus movie we've ever gotten.
It is. I agree.
But yeah. So we talked about Dave's video. Wait, no, we haven't. We talked about Lee's video. We talked about Family Video, a little bit of Blockbuster. Now, I'm an old fucking man, and I'm talking about Farmore, which was like a corner of the grocery store.
He's only 3 years older than me. Don't let him fool you.
Well, so my parents would go grocery shopping, and obviously, as a kid, you don't want to do that shit. Now, I should have been with them because, stranger danger. But I would run off to the video section, and my little dumbass would look at all the horror movies. I remember they had like Piranha, they had Child's Play 2, they had Slumber Party Massacre.
Yeah.
So you're just staring at all these boxes, and one always stuck out because I was like, that's not only scary, but it's visibly bigger. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the size of a standard VHS tape. The tape still is the same, but then you had some movies that were in these gigantic fucking boxes. And, of course, they're going to draw your attention because you're like, God damn, like, I don't think that tape's going to fit in my VCR. But, because I don't think you've seen the thing they come in. It's pretty cool. Let me try to get it open without fucking it up. So they'd come in these like cases, kind of like a clamshell, or like a rental case.
Yeah.
And you got your tape in there. They did it with Betamax too, which...
Wow, the classic opening and not the slide out. Wow.
And I know like this is kind of the things they would use in libraries. They'd have the little slot on the front with the slip, and you'd bring it up. But yeah, they just did this because, obviously the tape, if you put it in there, it'd be all like loose. I'm sure some of them used like cardboard, foam, and whatnot. But yeah, this is one that definitely stood out. And I have the original version, of course, the standard one. That's the first one I got. Because they're identical. They're literally like the same damn movie, front and back. Except for like this one has more. And this is the one I specifically remember because it has more of the graphic stuff on there, and it was really scary. And then you have the other one, which is the Redeemer. Where's that one at? It's oh, there it is. This one's like completely. If I would have saw this as a kid, I probably would.
Wait a minute. I think I've seen this.
Yeah,
I think I've seen this.
It's pretty weird, but like, and this is the alternate cover, which is kind of boring, but it's
Doesn't a kid die in a lab in this, or get burned in a lab or something like that, and he comes back?
somebody does get burned in this by this fucking puppet. That's why he's on the cover, because it's the alternate title, The Redeemer. But yeah, that movie will always be my best memory of the video store, because. And you might have a movie like this, but this was the one that would always, like, anytime I'd go there, it'd be sitting there, and I would go up to it, and I'd be fucking terrified of it, but I couldn't help myself, and I would look at it and be like, just in my head, and what you could imagine as a kid is probably 10 times better than what you actually get when you watch it, because I remember watching it, and I was like, I was kind of disappointed, but I've grown to really love this movie, and it's actually pretty unique.
I thought there was like a kid that was a nerd or a geek.
Oh, you are thinking of Slaughter High.
Yeah.
That's a great one,
That's a good one.
That's a great iconic cover with the apple bomb.
Because I saw the clown mask. Wait, is that the same movie?
No, but that's the cover where he's got like the hat and he's got the chalkboard behind him. That's a great one too. And that's great iconic art.
Yes.
But yeah, do you have any movies like that you would like constantly see and you never saw, but you're like in your head you made it like 10 times worse than probably what it was, or like you'd see it and you're like, oh, that movie looks too scary.
Oh, God. Like a movie that I thought was too scary by the cover, but when I watched it, wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
That type of thing? Oh, jeez, man.
If you say scary movie.
No. Well.
Because you did mention earlier, and I was like,
as a kid, I was pretty scared of giant boobies. No. Actually, you want to know the truth? I'm going to get judged for this.
Hey.
I know what you did last summer.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I remember me seeing it, and once again, it was at Lee's. It was on the top shelf. Well, not top shelf, where I couldn't read, like in the middle top shelf, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was like in the upstairs.
Yeah.
And I would see, obviously Jennifer Love Hewitt and Fred Jr., blah, 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 and Michelle Gellar.
You see the fisherman.
Yeah, right? And
well, it's like silhouette.
But this cover had the hook around the cast members.
Yeah.
And
I think I have that, maybe. Keep talking.
Yeah. And it had the hook, I think, around the cast members on the VHS. And that, like, for some reason, like, it would always creep me the fuck out. Yep. Right there. Well, okay.
Yeah, I think that might be a different cover.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a re-release, but...
They probably did. But yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that is it. I think it was the lighting that creeped me out.
Maybe it was the second one. I don't know, because I don't have the second one. Maybe the second one had the hook around.
Maybe both of them were kind of there, and I just saw it. But I don't remember precisely, man. Damn.
It definitely wasn't the third one.
No, fuck that one. But I do remember how like the cover was dark and it just creeped me out, and I just looked at it, and I never really did watch it until I got a bit older.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like there's also yeah, because like this era of movies where they had like just everybody on
cast members, like yeah.
Urban Myth is another pretty good one, or Valentine. There's another example, but Valentine's a great movie.
Is it really?
Oh yeah,
never seen it.
Oh yeah, this is a fantastic movie.
Never seen this.
Oh, you should. You really should. It's fun. It's got
was that Angel?
Yeah. It's got David Boreanaz, Denise Richards.
Classics.
Yeah. And the guy's mask he wears like a
She's
cherub.
smoking hot. Sorry. I mean, she was during that time.
Like obviously, it's fits right in with I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, the 2000 movies like Halloween H2O. That was a thing, and they kind of revitalized.
Scream was another one, the first one. That scared the living shit out of me. Really bad. Someone calling you on your phone. Knowing where you're at.
You know what scene with... Because I think I saw it like on commercials or like trailers. You know what scene scared me the most from it, even before I saw it? Was the scene where she's looking outside and she kind of... Like, you can see in her reflection that he's staring back at her. I was like, ah!
In the first movie?
Yeah. Yes. I was like, ah!
You mean Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't like that.
I gotta ask this, and you guys can answer too. Stu Macher or Billy Loomis?
Stu.
My man.
Sorry.
Yeah, Matthew Lillard.
Billy, just thirst trap.
Stu Macher.
Or, if we're going to be really honest, Jamie Kennedy.
I'll be back.
Oh, wait, no, that was Stu.
That was still...
But yeah, they were making fun of...
Yeah, I know.
Anyways. But, yeah. So,
this was fun.
What do you think? Obviously, in this day and age, a rental store would be kind of a hard thing to keep up and running. But I think...
It's just not a thing anymore. Yeah. Honestly, it's really not.
It's...
Why rent, when you can buy and own movies now?
Yeah, or, streaming, you pay one fee and you get to watch hundreds of movies. But you do miss out on that because going to the video store was very special. Because for one, a lot of times we were younger. We didn't have our own money.
No.
So if you were allowed to rent your own movie or a couple movies, you were like, oh gosh, you'd have to like kind of quick decide. So usually that's when you'd go for the, oh, this looks cool, I'm going to watch this. Or you'd pick something that you've seen a lot, like Child's Play 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd go with a favorite. And maybe if you had a second option, you'd pick something new. But the best times were always when you had that free time to just look around and grab and hold them and read and look at everything. And you don't have that anymore with streaming. You might have that option if you go to like a secondhand store, but then it's like the prices can scare you off. And a lot of the times, if you're not knowledgeable on what the movie is, you can end up buying a movie that's pretty bad for a big price. But back then, you was paying one set price, and whether it was good or bad, that was your weekend.
And not knowing what you may or may not get, even though if it looked interesting on the cover or on the back of the cover, that you just paid, what, like 7 nights for a movie or maybe 2 nights for a movie that you got.
You'd be pushing that late fee.
Yeah.
But I think a wise man once said that life is like a video rental.
No.
You never know what you're going to get.
No one said that.
I just did.
Well, I guess you're that wise man, but that's not accurate. But
Well, that's okay.
No.
This is your first and last time.
Wait, what?
Bye.
I think he's gonna murder me.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed these trip down memory lane, and let us know down below if you got any memories, bullshit. Yeah. I already did this. I already did a poll. I should have saved that for this. Which video store was the best? I don't know if anybody voted, but yeah, I'll do some more of them.
We try that.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite video store memory that I really enjoyed was Lee's.
Yeah. I'd probably say Family Video, sadly, but
really,
just because that's where I got most of my collection, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
okay, all right, yeah, it's where
and they were pretty damn cheap.
They were. You're absolutely right. They were. Yeah.
So, and that's when I could actually rent them.
I think you could like rent movies there for like $3 or $4 for 7 nights. I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they got them down to like $4 for $1.
Yeah, that's
before
crazy.
They were just liquidating. But
is there Family Video still like?
No, they're all Dollar Generals now.
Ha! No, they're Family Dollars.
Oh, but I mean, you obviously might have noticed that, but this is one of the shelves from Family Video.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How the hell did you pull that off?
It was at a flea market, and somebody was literally using it to hold tools.
Oh.
I threw them shits on the ground.
How did you recognize it as a Family Video?
Come on, it's iconic. Look at it. It's got the grooves to put the tapes on.
Yeah, obviously.
And obviously they would go in the front part because the back was for the
And they let
tape.
you take the whole shelf.
Oh yeah, I paid for it.
How much would you pay for it?
20.
Not too bad.
Yeah. It was just a pain in the ass getting here.
This whole set he has right now, I don't know if you guys have seen a tour.
Oh yeah, I've done a tour video, but
I was gonna say it's beautiful.
There's so much to talk about, and that's one of the reasons I started this channel again, because I was like, I just want to share.
What's the channel called again?
The Horror Room.
Okay, the Horror Room, right?
87.
Oh wait, what? Why 87?
I just added it.
Oh.
Because I couldn't use the Horror Room because I already did.
That makes sense. Yeah,
but
okay. Being different.
Well, we'll have another video for you next week, and thank you to Sketchy for being my guest.
Always.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week.
See you guys.